Assalamualaikum and good morning to Dr. Khay from University Technology Malaysia. So how are you today, Doctor?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine, thank you.
How was your day?
It's been a great day today.
So say good morning to you, Dr. Mahir Benudin from University Technology Malaysia. Thank you for being able to allocate your time for this interview session and also your willingness to be part of this research. Before we start, let me just brief you on what is this research is all about. This project is proposed to find a solution on the issue of lack of digital competency among TVET teachers, managers and administrators. Basically, UNESCO Univoc is partnering with FPTV, UTHM to support UTHM and partnering centers to develop and improve digital competency among their TVET teachers, managers and administrators by adopting available digital competency framework for TVET and training structure for digital competency implementation. So this framework will guide this institution to assess their level of digital competency among staff, while the training structure will provide material in the form of digital OER from which the wider Univoc network can draw from. So this project will benefit many groups in TVET sector, which include policymakers, governments, TVET institutions, TVET staff, and TVET teachers. So shall we start, Doctor?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the first question is, what technologies have been introduced or are being considered to introduction by your organization and which will have the highest impact and why? Can you point us the specific relevant cases or examples?
Okay, so thank you for the question. So, in order to answer that, we all know that when the pandemic hit us, the way we teach is not the same. Okay, is
Mhm.
everything has changed, and suddenly everything become online, and everything need to be digitalized. Okay, yes, we need to pick only the theoretical subject because we can only teach the theoretical subject via online.
Okay.
So we have been introduced. So I have been introduced by my organization to the usage of the video conference application. Okay, such as Webex, okay,
Mhm.
Zoom, Google Meet, and so much more. Okay, at first I was very shocked. Okay, because since I never knew that that kind of this application are exist. Okay, what I knew is only one, which is the video teleconference, which we call it as Skype. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, for Skype. But what more shocking is that no one use Skype for online teaching, learning, and
Yep.
also for the
Mhm.
meeting, right? For
Mhm.
currently, so suddenly everyone is already forgetting about the Skype.
Yep.
And what's more is that a lot of technology appear out of nowhere, especially in terms of making sure that the students are able to do activities during the online teaching and learning process. Okay, so gamification and game-based learning, game-based application, okay, start to be used by my organization, okay, and also the usage like Kahoot, okay, Class
Mhm.
Dojo, quizzes, and so much more. And now my organization have developed a new type of classroom. Okay, this is new technology. I think most of the university already create a new classroom, which is we call it as hybrid classroom. Okay, the
Mhm.
hybrid classroom, which which a new settings sorry, with the new settings such as camera, okay, with also with the what we call it touchscreen smart monitor TV, all right.
Mhm.
And furthermore, as lecturer, we are required to create video contents, okay, for our students so that they can access it anytime. So most of us already become a YouTubers. In here we call it as edutubers. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So most already into it, okay, since the MCO, and most of the video content are actually uploaded into the faculty website so that it will become complete online learning materials. I don't know, which later can be used for students that enroll for fully online course in the future. So it's some call it maybe call it like an OER, okay, something like that. Maybe can call it as a MOOC, okay.
Mhm.
So this so as initiative in order to develop the but the things are that not all the lecturers have the skills to do this, okay. They are not having the capability to do all of these things, okay. So as initiatives, in order to develop the digital competencies, my organization has put a lot of efforts in making a short course, okay, a talk, demonstration on how to use all of this technology. Okay, such as a talk on how to edit video by using a free software, how to edit video by using a phone, okay, and how to create a fun online course and so much more. So that's the efforts in order to develop the digital competencies, because only the young people or the young lecturers are able to use these digital things, but not on the senior lecturers. Okay, they are unable to use all the digital things. That's why they need to put an effort by making a talk, demonstration, and so much more. Okay, so the highest impact. Okay, as for me, the highest impact is the usage of the video conference application in every single meeting. Okay, in
Mm.
teaching and learning process. Actually, before MCO, we didn't think that this can be happen. Okay, so by using the video conference, okay, in every single things, we do not need to use the physical space in the university. Okay, for example, I give you an example. Okay, before this, we need to book a meeting room in if you want to make a meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
okay. For as for my experience, I found it hard to book a meeting room since mostly they will another group that will going to use the meeting room. So
Mm.
I need to postpone the meeting. Okay, maybe I need to postpone it to another day or maybe to another week, because uh, the meeting room already full. Okay, on that particular week. Okay, so although that the meeting is very very important, I need to postpone it. Okay, but now everything can be solved. I just send the link, okay, for the meeting to my group, and then we can have meeting at any time and
Mm.
anywhere. So the problem is solved. No physical space is required in the faculty. So I think that's the highest impact that the technology that given by the introduced by my organization. All right.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. And for the next question, could you share some examples of new forms of management interact made possible by digitization? And can you provide examples of specific technologies in teaching and learning which are changing the way teachers teach?
Okay. So as we know, digitization is the process of converting from the analog data to the digital. And of course, by converting all of this analog into digital, it will make everything much more easier, especially in terms of management. And
Mhm.
through the digitization process, we are able to achieve digitalization.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first example for developing competency is the developing competency for the staff. So that is the first example. Okay, for staff management. Okay, we know that the upskills, okay, reskills for staff or employees are very very important nowadays. Okay, we already we heard it so much more about the upskilling, the reskilling. So it's important for the employees. Okay, and we need to make sure that our staff is equipped with the latest skills. Okay, but before this, we are having trouble to send our staff to go to any training since the fees are quite expensive,
Yeah, true.
because it includes with the traveling fee, the toll fee, the accommodation fee. Okay, but by using digitalization, everyone can go to the training via online, and the fee can be reduced significantly. Thus, the organization is able to send out more staff. Okay, instead of they just sending one or two staff, but now they can send maybe about 5 or 10 staff at the same time. Okay, because the budget. Okay, because the budget can be increased because there is no more traveling fee, no more toll fee, no more accommodation fee. Okay, so the second thing is on the student support system. Okay,
Mm.
in the normal practice, if the students are having any problem that are related to the academics, such as if they want to register a subject instead of delete a subject, they need to come physically to the office. Okay, they need to talk to the person in charge there, and then they will need to fill up the form. Okay, some of the students are having the problem in terms of transportation, okay, which does not allow them to go to the office immediately. And for some students, if they are having problem while they are at home, which is far away from the university, so they are having much more trouble, okay, to come to the office. So in order to facilitate, okay, and make the process much more easier for the student management, okay, my organization has created what we call is a virtual of academic office. okay, which allow the students to come to the office, okay, by using or via WebEx, okay, or video
Mm.
conference. Okay, they just click on the link and then they can communicate directly with the staff in charge. So the student management process become much more easier and
Mm.
faster. Okay, so that's all for me.
Okay, thank you. So this is actually the last question for you.
Oh, another
The
question,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Can you provide example or specific?
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Alright, for that question, I forgot to answer it. Okay, as
Okay.
for me, I am the person who love technology. Okay, I
Okay.
really into it since I am the one that teach the subject. Okay, which is robotics, okay,
Oh, I see.
programming, okay,
Mm.
and also extended reality. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there are three technologies actually that I've been using for my teaching and learning. Okay, the first one is the what we call it the extended reality, which is
Mm.
comprises of the augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. Okay, and the second is IoT, and the third one is the uh, image processing. Okay, so as we know that we are having problem during MCO since we cannot conduct any physical class, and that cause the practical subject cannot be done. Okay, so it is actually impossible to teach the student to make the electrical wiring. Okay, because I also teach the how to make the electrical wiring. Okay,
Mm.
so it's impossible to teach the student, okay, to make the electrical wiring, okay, or MCB installation, okay, through
Mm.
online learning, okay, or by using or just sending them the video, okay, because it is impossible for
Yeah,
them
I know.
to learn through video, okay,
Mm-hmm.
because they need the actual practice. So how we expect the student to do it? Okay, they cannot, they at least, okay, they need at least, okay, some exposure on how to really do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have developed application that can be installed into the student's smartphone, which combine both VR, okay, virtual reality, and also the augmented reality.
You develop the apps, doctor?
Yes, I developed the apps
Ah,
and also
interesting.
I developed the kit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
all right. So the students now are able to learn and do the electrical wiring virtually, and they can get the feeling how to do it. Okay, although it's
Mm.
not 100% similar to the real practice, but at least they can get the exposure on how to do it. Okay, not only that, I also developed an IoT kit. Okay, I developed an IoT kit. This kit already showed it to your previous NAP chancellor, which is Prof. Wahid Razali.
Yeah.
Okay, and also Prof. Razali. Okay, they already experienced it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I already developed an IoT kit for MCB installation. Okay, the
Okay.
kit is made by using boxes, okay, which is actually only cost for the student around 50 ringgit. Okay, so I
50.
post 50
50
ringgit.
ringgit. Oh, okay.
So what I did is I just post the kit to the student, and they can actually do the MCB installation. And this kit actually equipped with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and application. Okay, so they have
Mm.
three: Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and application. So they need to connect the kit to the app via Bluetooth, and which is I have developed. So the student will require to make the MCB installation based on the question given on the app. So the question will be shown in the app, and then they need to put the everything, okay, based on the question. And then once they finish, the answer will send automatically, okay, to the cloud database. Okay, once they
Oh, I
complete,
see.
okay, when they complete, they hit the button, and then the answer will send to the cloud database and send to the lecturer the real time. Okay, so by using this process, the assessment process can be done much faster. So actually, the lecturer can see, okay, the what is the answer for each student. Okay, so that
How
the
long, doctor, you need to develop the apps?
okay, I developed the apps around 3 months. Okay.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Mm, okay, it's very interesting. Okay, doctor. So for our final question, how can digitalization help address challenges that Tibet has been facing for many years? For example, attractiveness linked with labor market, qualification funding. Like, to what extent can technology help in addressing historical structural Tibet issues?
Okay.
Okay.
So as for from my perspective, yes, okay, of course, digitalization has become the savior for the Tibet since we are dealing with a lot of problems before this. Okay, for example, I give you an example.
Okay.
Limitation for the students to do the hands-on or the practical session. Okay, as we know, the student in university are only allowed to go to the lab or workshop for a certain time. Okay, based on their schedule. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
maybe around 3 hours. Okay, and of course, for most of them, this is not enough. Okay, 3 hours per week are not enough for them to develop or hone their skills.
Yeah.
So they need to have more time to access the lab or the workshop, but they cannot enter the lab since the tight schedule of the lab. Okay, since there will be another group of students that will using that lab. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
furthermore, the student need to have supervision, okay, from the staff of the lab, okay, if they want to conduct the practical session, okay, because they are exposed to the risk of getting injured or any harmful material in the lab or in the workshop. And the third thing is that about the equipment and the financial. As we know that our equipment in university, okay, maybe in my
Yeah.
university are mostly outdated, okay, and we cannot keep track to the current technology. Okay, we don't have enough budget to
Oh,
buy every single new equipment, and end up the student skills are not met the industrial expectations.
yeah.
Okay, for example, in my automotive lab, the latest technology of the engine that we have is the Campro, okay, Campro engine.
Mm-hmm.
So the student are only to learn about the Campro engine, but when they enter the real world, they need to deal with the more latest engine, such as maybe hybrid engine, hybrid car, electrical car, and now we have Tesla, right? Okay,
Yeah.
with this
That's true.
engine, and so how they can actually manage, okay, so how the student manage to deal with this new sophisticated engine, okay, because they never deal with this engine before. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in order how we actually we want to help, okay, the student, and how we can help university to become more capable in delivering the latest technology to the students. Okay, yes, through digitalization. Okay, as for me, the extended reality is the answer for this. Okay, for example, by using augmented reality, okay, virtual reality, and mixed reality in teaching and learning, okay, the students are able to learn how to service a hybrid car, okay, or they can also service Tesla car in virtual setting. Okay, what we
Mm-hmm.
need to do is just to develop the content, okay, the digital content, and give it to the students. Okay, the cost is much more cheaper rather than buying a whole car. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
the hybrid car maybe cost around 70,000, okay, 70,000, okay, for one car. If buy maybe five cars, so it's going to be much more higher. Okay, but if you want to develop the digital content, maybe it's only cost you around 100,000, but it can we can use it repeatedly, and the students can use it, okay, so many times. Okay, so the students can do it the practical session at the same time, okay, and do it anywhere, do it anytime, okay, without worrying about the risk, okay, without worrying the of getting injured, and then there is no supervision is required, okay,
Mm.
because everything is doing is done in virtual setting. So that's it. This digitalization will be able to solve the problem regarding the financial, okay, the skills development, monitoring, and so much more. Okay,
Mm. Okay, doctor. Thank you for this sharing. All right, I think that's all for now.
right.
So you have give me quite a lot of information through this session interview. To conclude, I think digital competency in Malaysia will be able to successfully transform into a digital-driven, high-income nation and a regional leader in the digital economy. So I think if all parties are involved in this thing, because it can aspire to enable the people to embrace the digitalization to inform their quality of life and standard of living. So well again, thank you to Dr. Hale from UTM for your time and also the sharing information that you have shared today. Maybe after this, if you need more details and sharing from you, it is necessary, I think, to conduct another round of interview.
Sure.
Then I will contact you back. Okay, Doctor, thank you
Okay.
and hope to thank you and hope to see you soon.
Bye.
Inshallah, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank
Okay,
you.
itu.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.